Hi there and welcome to yet another video. Today we are discussing a very interesting topic that actually has been raised by quite a number of you watching our videos in terms of how do you get to negotiate for a higher salary. I'll be sharing with you 3 evidence-based tips on how to get to negotiate for more, because research has actually shown that over 93% of candidates who negotiate well, they end up receiving a higher offer, and we all want to get there. So you realize that the ability to be able to master salary negotiation is very key for your career growth or even your career advancement. So whether you are interviewing for an internal promotion or you are interviewing for an external role, I believe the insights that I'll be sharing with you in this video will come in handy as an eye-opener as to how you can be able to package yourself to your potential employer and be able to negotiate for higher offers in terms of salary package. So tip number 1, in order to be able to negotiate a higher salary, is to research and know your market value. This is a very important tip for you as a candidate, whether you're being interviewed for an internal role or even for an external role. It is very important to do your market research and know the market value. This position that you are being interviewed for, how much are professionals paid in this role outside there? What is the market range? It is very important to understand the industry. It is very important to understand the industry standards, because when you're able to understand the market value or the industry standards for the role that you are being interviewed for, then you will have a concrete basis in your request. So try as much as you can to do research, find out how much are people paid in this role, in this level, in this industry, or in this sector. Because you realize that sometimes if you are interviewing in the private sector, the same position, same deliverables, the salary scale could be very different if you were to interview for a similar role but in a government sector or in an NGO setup. So that is why it is important for you to understand the industry standards. And sometimes the question that I get with regards to this is, where do I get that information from? Because employers would not just, not every employer would always indicate the salary range or scale for the role they are interviewing for. So you can always get this information online. You can check on Glassdoor, you can check on salary.com, or you can even check on different recruitment firms' website or portals, because whenever they are advertising for opportunities available, they get to indicate the salary range or the salary bracket for that position that is available. So it is very important for you to do your research, because that will help you to not undersell yourself during the negotiation and also to not oversell yourself, because the danger when you undersell yourself and also when you extremely overquote, the potential employer might perceive you to not be within their budget and you end up losing the opportunity just because of that. So an important tip when it comes to negotiating for a higher salary is to research very well and know your market value. Tip number 2, this is very important for you as a professional, especially as a seasoned professional. Document your achievements. The potential employer is not only keen on the figure or the amount that you are quoting in terms of your expectation, but they are also keen on the extra value that you are able to bring on board to that role that you're being interviewed for. What extra value can you offer to the other departments within the organization? What extra value do we tend to gain or to benefit by having you on board over and above the role that we are interviewing you for? So it is important to document your achievements. Employers, they value results more than anything else. And any candidate that is able to showcase the extra mile they are able to go to bring in results, demonstrating the impact will definitely provide tangible proof of your worth. And whenever the potential employer is able to see value, believe you me, they won't hesitate to sign that paycheck by the end of the month. So when you present your case and you're able to highlight quantifiable achievements throughout your career journey to justify why you deserve a higher salary. So focusing on your specific contributions to the company, that will add value to the figure that you are quoting as your expectation. And through that, definitely you'll be able to get an increase on top of what maybe their budget was for that role that they have open. So always document your achievements. Candidates are very good at documenting their achievements in their CV, but during the interview now, even when negotiating for salary, they shy away from that. Yet it's always about your worth, your worth, your worth. Apart from even what is in the market rate, what extra value are you able to bring on board to this company if they give you the opportunity? And lastly, tip number 3, rehearse your pitch. This is very interesting. Definitely you know and you understand that for the role that you're being interviewed for, this interview that you're attending, there has to be a moment that you will have to discuss about salary. So this question should never find you off guard. This question should never find you when you are not prepared. And that is why it is important to rehearse your pitch. Practice before going for the interview, because it is only through practice that you are able to build your confidence. In fact, I always tell candidates that if there is a moment that you require to be more confident than ever during an interview, is when you are discussing or having a conversation around your salary expectations. So when you are able to rehearse your pitch, you're able to practice beforehand, you are not only building your confidence, but also it allows you to refine your conversation or the argument, and this increases chances of your success in terms of what you are looking forward to. You are able to persuade, you are able to convince, because actually what will make you get that higher pay is your convincing power or your persuasive approach. So in terms of rehearsing your pitch, it is all about practicing your talking points with a trusted friend, with a trusted colleague, with a trusted family member who can also give you feedback in terms of how did you do it, did you do very well in that, what do you need to improve on, and that helps you to prepare for even tough questions to expect during the interview. So I believe that the 3 tips that I have been able to share with you when it comes to negotiating for your salary, starting from doing your market research and just understanding the market value for that role, documenting your achievements, and also rehearsing for your pitch, will come in handy for you as you prepare to have that tough conversation with your next potential employer. Feel free to share with us in the comment section any additional tips that has worked for you as far as negotiating for higher pay is concerned, and any other areas that you'd want us to discuss in our upcoming videos, and we will be glad to address them. Thank you for watching this one, and see you in the next video.